All right, here we go with a little push day. Chest, a little bit of shoulder work, some arm work. Really good day here. This is a twist press, mostly made popular by John Meadows. Really good movement. You can see you want to supinate at the top. You should really get some more supination than that. My shoulders just don't love to give me that range and ability that I'm looking for. I am actively trying to supinate more each week, and trying to improve, earning some space in that shoulder griddle. So, yeah, that's what we're doing there. In the bottom of the movement there, I'm trying to keep those pecs active. So I'm actually doing like a little bit of an iso hold in my mind, where I'm actively like pulling my sternum towards the ceiling and making sure that weight is staying on the pecs, the intended muscle, right? Little man's doing some exercise of his own over there, so ignore that little ugly shit. So yeah, these were short rest periods, about 30 to 50 seconds in between sets. And we're just engorging those pecs with as much blood as possible. Really get that pump rolling, get everything firing, just make everything primed for what's to come next. Here is my new machine, thanks to my friend Ken, helping me out getting this one. Really, really great machine. This is my first time using it. The purpose of the band, the intention of the band is just to change the strength curve a little bit. I'm not using it to overload the top or none of that crazy stuff. The addition of the band just helps me load the pecs in the bottom, like I was talking about in the first movement. I have a tendency, I'm very, very good at it, at offloading the load onto passive structures. What that means is I find ways to take the weight off my pecs and put it onto my lats and my tendons and my triceps and my elbows. And really, I got good at this from my powerlifting days, from the history of moving big weight. So when you see people pausing in the bottom and it's like they can just chill there all day long, it's because they're pausing on active structure or passive structures, not active, sorry. My coach, Danny, my training coach, Danny, AJ's my nutrition coach. Danny does all my training. She's the one that is teaching me this stuff. Incredibly intelligent. She's transformed my training. I've been training for 20 years. She's done magic for me in just a short amount of time. So shout out to her. She's always taking care of me. So yeah, that's the intent of my pressing, is really loading those pecs in the bottom and getting that full length. And you can see, some of these sets were 2, 3, even 4 minutes long. I shit you not. So everything's sped up in this video, just like all the other ones. This one is a down set, and we're just doing some tempo work here. Again, the intention of the tempo work is to find the pecs, stay on the pecs, hold that tension in the bottom. Really what I've been saying for, my previous videos is we're trying to find muscles and load the muscle, the intended muscle, and just get after it. This is a great try set here, the giant set, whatever you want to call it. We're using that flat press machine first. Same intention here in the bottom. You can see that I'm actively just thinking about that pec, just letting that weight sit on that pec, stretch it out, make it grow, all that good stuff. We hop over to these banded decline push-ups. Don't love these, but I'm learning to. They're getting better. Very hard after that set of flat press. And then we pop right into a pec minor dip. Another John Meadows tool. I got these from him. Danny prescribed these in this giant set here. So it's really just a reverse shrug, and the goal is to train that pec minor. So these were really good here. This cable machine drags a little bit, but overall it actually adds some resistance in a good way, which I don't hate. So the intention here is to continue to have the trajectory be a Y as opposed to like an overhead movement. I have the tendency to turn it into an overhead movement, and it really becomes very trap dominant and neck dominant. So today I'm trying to stay a bit more wide and really emphasize more of a Y. These crushed my delts today. Great stuff. This last set is a rest pause. And then what we're going to do is actually hold what would simulate a front relax pose. Here we go, here. Yeah, so I'm just holding my front relaxed. The intention here is, again, that weight is just sitting on my delt. It's not on my tricep. It's not on my elbow. It's not even on my wrist. I'm literally just thinking about my delts. So this is a great movement here. I got these from my friend Skip. Danny put these in, and we're doing very high rep, very short rest period. Lot of the reps turn into partials towards the end, and I'm just fire them. Yeah, just bang on the partials there. Really, all I'm thinking about is that rear delt, finding it. And this movement is one of the best for me at finding that rear delt, and really just being able to crank away at it. So great movement here. I like that slight downward angle. Really helps me find the delt. And little partials. With these partials, man, I'm just thinking about the tension just overwhelmingly on that delt and just firing those hands apart. So good stuff there. That's one of my favorite rear delt movements. I haven't found anything better. So great movement. You can see me finish these off here. But yeah, overall good one. You guys should try that one out. That slight downward angle is really helpful. Now we just bang out some arms. This is nothing fancy here. I did 4 sets of 10 to 12, like 20-second rest in between. So basically one big set. I don't do anything fancy for arms. They're not fun for me. I just like to finish off the pump from, the really good workout I just had. I don't think arms require a lot. I really don't. I think they're probably one of the most overtrained body parts, in my opinion. So I just give them what they want, and that's blood. I just get a pump in there, look cool for a little bit, try to hit on my wife. She doesn't like me, so that's fine. So I just flex in the mirror for my own entertainment. Anyways, yeah, that's finishing up the easy bar curls here, and then we're going to move into a cable preacher curl, which you're going to see next. I didn't love this movement today. It felt kind of wonky. I need to manipulate it a bit. There's probably a few things I can change around to make that move. I might swap out those D handles or something. I just didn't love it, but the bench was already there, and it was really easy to set up, so we just rolled with it. But it is something I'm likely going to swap out next week, or at least swap out the attachment. My favorite superset 4 triceps right here. These are rolling tricep extensions. These are quite strict. I have the video very, very sped up. This speed here is how I used to bang these in my powerlifting days. Louis was a big fan of the rolling tricep extension. Man, I would do those with hundreds and just crank them out. Great movement, even when they're ballistic, and, really bang them out. Then we just go right into this single dumbbell overhead tricep extension. Just finish off that pump. These are great. They help open up some space in that shoulder. So they actually work as some prehab. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below, like, share, please.